Let's get this beauty unboxed. Now, the reason I'm not showing you the top of the box is because there is an address label slapped right on the top. So you're not going to see the image of the device on the box, but this is what you get for your shiny 30 odd pounds. Couple of bits of info on the top. Quick reading, read disc within 5 seconds or less. Durable, ABS, strong plastic materials. Noise free when running disc. The noise is, it says greater than 20 decibels. I'm assuming it's minus 20. Error correction. So it's got autocorrects blurry pictures from damaged disc, or in other words, it skips where there's a big scratch. Ultra thinness. The thinnest part is just 1.1 inches, 60% less volume. It's portable, ultralight and compatible with most AC adapters. Splash proof, extra protection on the reader surface. Environmentally friendly, guarantee complete no harm to the environment when produced. Well, I'm not sure about that, but never mind. It will play MP3s, JPEGs, AVI, DivX, MPEG, MPEG-4, VOB, FLV, JPEG from a USB stick. Disc-wise, CD, DVD, DVD minus R or plus R, DVD minus or plus RW, CDR, CDRW, VCD or video CDs, and super video CDs. So it's pretty impressive, to be honest, mate. We get details here of what's in the box. So we get a 4K 60Hz HDMI cable. Not sure we need that for DVDs, but never mind. An AC adapter, AV cable, remote control, user guide, and of course, the DVD player. Specs here on the side. So HDMI, AV, USB input. It's 6 inches by 5.4 inches by 1.1 inches. So it's tiny. The weight is 0.7 pounds, excluding packaging, so it's very light as well. Material, ABS durable plastic. Processor, SunPlus 7th Gen SP Core at 16 gig of memory. I'm not sure what that's all about, but we'll find out soon. Driver, Mini HD 588A. Language, English plus another 7. Line voltage, 100 volts, 240 volts AC. So, mate, think outside the box. Indeed. There we go. I can now show you the box because my address is no longer here. So we've got the DVD player itself, which is tiny. Wow. Really small. Peel off the film. Oh yeah. So, on the front we've got an eject button. So if I press that, whoa, it pops open. We'll look at that in a bit more detail. We've got an LCD display, another peeler, boom. On this side, we've got a button that says M on it. Then we've got stop, play, pause, back, forwards, and also it says above volume minus, volume plus, AV out, USB input. We've got a little power switch there. And on the back, DC in. So look at that, powered by USB. Incredible, so you can power this from your TV. And HDMI out, which we will be using. Nothing on that side. On the top, it's quite nice. It's just caught my fingerprints a little bit there. And on the underneath, not a right lot going on. So if I just open it again, we'll take a look on the inside. So it's just got what you'd expect. The laser in there and the spinny thing. Do not touch the lens. What else have we got in the box? HDMI cable. AV cable. So this goes to the red, white and yellow output. Quite useful, these cables. Then got a power adapter which outputs 5 volts, 2000 mAh, it says. 0.3 amps max. Doesn't tell you how many watts, which is a bit unusual. Never mind. A pair of wired headphones. That's interesting. L&R written on those. They could be useful for something, I'm sure. Remote control. So I like this. I like the... It's quite modern looking. So not much going on there. Power, mute, subtitle, angle, title, copy, repeat, A, B, volume minus, volume plus, menu, return, skip, back, forward, and then chapter, select backwards and forwards, play and pause, mode, stop, 1 to 9 with a 0 as well, and setup and LR. So we'll see what that's all about in a moment. There is no stand in here. I suspect that you have to pay a bit more for one with a stand. We've got a manual here, but it's a DVD player. We should know how to use those. If not, then do read up on the manual when you receive your item. So what I've done, I've gone to a shop near me that does DVDs, 5 for £1. And I got some right bargains here. So Green Zone, pretty watchable film there, Matt Damon. Silent Hill, not amazing, but weird. Do quite like the style of that. Dark Knight Rises, obviously a classic. Human Traffic, brilliant British movie about clubbing. If you've not seen it, definitely get that. And Dead Man's Shoes, again, a British classic. So really good films here. So I've got about, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know Dark Knight Rises is like 2.5 hours. So I've probably got about 10 hours entertainment here for £1, which isn't bad. And this is why I'm starting to fall out very much with streaming platforms, because the content's terrible. The new stuff that they're bringing out is just rubbish. And I want to watch DVDs again. So this trusty DVD player is the solution that I have gone for. USB powered, which is blowing my mind. I might get a second one to use as a CD player, because I do like getting CDs as well. I do like the music streaming platforms though, because they're very completionist. They've got everything on there, so that's pretty nice. Batteries I've put in the remote, so I've got some Power Owl rechargeable ones. Now these are pretty good. I'll put a link in the description below, but I've actually got a USB charger for these batteries, and they're pretty good to put in remote controls. Not all rechargeable batteries are. So without further ado, I'll switch my telly on. So this portable monitor here that I'm using, I am going to upload a review in a few days on this one. It's a belter, but not quite finished. Got some other stuff to test. So I'll do, open up the DVD player, and I think we'll try Green Zone. We'll just pop that disc in. Just pops in. And nice and steady. Pop the lid down, switch it on at the side, and it does just say load on the screen there. And here we go, we've got a nice little introduction screen there. Just going to cut the camera loose for a second. So it is fairly quiet, although I can hear it a tiny little bit. And here we go. Here we go. My nice new DVD player, powered by USB, is now playing Green Zone. Well, not quite, but it will be in a moment. Now, yeah, picture quality is not that amazing on DVDs, but I don't really care, to be honest. I enjoy films, even if they're in fairly low quality. So that's rather funky. So I'll just talk you through some of the stuff that the remote does. So volume, you've got volume on here, it goes from 0 to 32. So you've got quite a range on there. And if you press the menu button, it'll obviously go to that on the DVD. So if I press setup, have a look what goodies are in here. So wow, there's a lot here. So we've got, wow. Right, so I've got TV system, and we can set that to auto, so I'm in a PAL region, so that should go to 60 FPS. Screensaver, it's going to be one of them, I think, where it never hits the corners. Got resume on or off, so what that does, if you take a disc out, next time you put it in, it'll remember, and it'll resume from where you got up to. So resolution, at the moment it's at 480i, or 576i, but what we can do is go all the way up to 1080p. There we go. It's not really made much difference, but that's okay. It's a DVD player after all. It's got TV type, so you can have pan and scan or letterbox or 16:9, which most will be. You can put a password on there. Rating you can set, so you can block your kids from watching stuff they shouldn't be if you want to. Default just restores the settings. Then we'll go across on screen display language. So we've got all these. Audio language, you can change. Subtitle language. It's on English. I'm going to switch them off because I don't need subtitles, but it's good to know that they are there. Ooh, and then back up. Audio out. So I can have PCM, RAW, or SPDIF off. Key. I'm not sure what that does. Brightness you can set, contrast you can set, hue, saturation, sharpness. Video you can change from interlace YUV to P-scan YBPR, YPBPR rather. Down mix you can change between these different modes here for audio, and then finally digital setup, OP mode you can do line out or RF remod. Dynamic range off, so it looks as though it does support surround sound somehow, but I'm not sure. The only thing I can think is that it goes over the HDMI to be able to do that. So we'll exit setup. Now what I'm going to do is get an audio CD and I'll pretend that the screen isn't there, and I want to see if it'll just play an audio CD. So for this, I have got one of my favourite albums ever, which is the first Prodigy album, Prodigy Experience. So what I'll do, just eject the DVD, do it while it's playing, absolutely fine. So now what you got to think is that screen isn't there, so I put a CD in. Does it play? Can I just use this as a CD player without needing to operate anything on the screen? I will try the the AV out with the headphones that came with it, but it's looking good. It's playing the Horns of Jericho straight up, no buttons needed, don't need to press out on the screen. So now the true test, using only the USB power and the headphone out connected to this DVD player, I'm going to try and play a CD. You obviously won't be able to hear it, you'll just have to take my word for it, but I'll try and get the headphones near. But what my plan is to take this and just run the audio to a hi-fi, and then you've got a really, really tiny CD player that you can use. Perfect for getting the most out of your physical media you can touch and move around just like that. So just gonna pop the lid down and switch it on, and I'm gonna put this headphone in and it's working. Plus on the display you can see how far into the track you are, so I really like that. I am really, really impressed with this little thing. 30 odd quid, that is a right bargain. But Tomo, I hear you cry, you're not running it from proper USB, are you? You're running it from a power adapter. That is correct. So what I'm going to do is try and run this DVD player from just a USB port on my PC. This will work from a laptop or the power that comes out of the back of the TV from one of the USB slots. So I'll just plug that in, and that's actually powered on my PC. I think I've knocked the mouse, but that's fine. And what I'm going to do as well is I've got the AV cable that came with it in the DVD player, and if we follow that past the Prodigy CD and down into the back of my amplifier, and I'm going to try that Prodigy CD one more time. So just open that, and CD's there, look at that, $12.99 from Woolworths, them were the days. God, my money's worth out of this though, blimey. When did it come out? 1992. I was 9. Crackers. Right, here it is. CD's in, power it on. Oh, look at that, it's working. No tricks. USB into the back. The music should start to play in a moment. Or maybe it won't, because I pressed stop last time I was in and it resumes where you were. So if I hit play now on the remote, Here it comes. Wow. It's coming out of my speakers here. Nice and loud. So that's it for this little walkthrough of this marvellous DVD player, which can also be used as a CD player. I'm blown away that we're at a point in technology where we can actually power one of these off USB. That's just so crazy, is that? I definitely recommend this. I have listened to quite a lot of music using it. The sound quality is brilliant. I mean, it is not digital output, but does that really matter? I don't think it does. Not for this price. So we're just over £30 from Amazon was this. And it feels like, for me, this is a point where I start to turn my back on some of the streaming platforms. Just as an example, when I first signed up for Netflix, I think it was about £6 a month. And now it's like, is it 16, 17? I'm not bothered that much about picture quality. Disney was great to watch the Marvel films, but do I really want to be spending all that just to watch a few films that, once you've seen them all, aren't you, really? I mean, they're pretty similar. So for me, in my local town, there's loads of charity shops, and there's just an absolute library out there of DVDs. Some you can find quite rare. I understand that now prices of some films are going up really high, simply because they're just not available. So you might get lucky, you might find something that you can then sell on. But for me, it's about just getting some of those classic films that you want to watch over and over again, having a little library of them, and then being able to use this little thing to play them in quality that, well, it's DVD. For me, DVD was the best leap in home entertainment. Once we went from VHS to DVD, it was phenomenal. And I do hope that studios don't stop putting out DVDs, because some of this media will be lost forever. There'll be all sorts going on where there'll be streaming platforms saying, oh no, you can't have that on your platform, and all this business. Whereas you buy a DVD, you've got it forever, or at least until the disc rots. Speaking of which, given that this is still going, I'm not too concerned about that. I know DVDs tend to rot a bit more than CDs, but look after them, keep them in the cases, treat them like the artist would have wanted you to treat them. Anyway, that's quite deep for one of my videos, isn't it? I hope you enjoyed this, and if you do want to buy one of these DVD players that's powered by USB, then do use the link in the description below. It does help my channel, and it does encourage me to find more things like this. I do intend to do a DVD haul at some point where I go out with, say, £5 and just come back with bundles and bundles of amazing films, mainly 80s and 90s, because they were glorious times for films. So that's it for this video. I'll see you next time.